Hey, it's Tim at Icky Boom. Is Instaprice a game changer? We're going to find out. We're going to do a review of this pricing tool for freelancers. I'm excited. Let's rock. I came across Instaprice in one of my design newsletters. I was super intrigued by Instaprice right away. Instaprice has a pretty good FAQ on their website, and they say, who is this best for? Freelancers, agencies, and companies hiring freelancers. For us, we're business owner and slash freelancer, and pricing has always been something I want to say that's interesting to navigate. There's so many different pricing models out there. So Instaprice immediately, it fired off the synapses in my brain saying, hey, if I have a tool that's like even just a little bit better than Bonsai pricing calculator, I'm in. Another really important aspect to think about is where are they getting prices from? Is Instaprice just pulling these prices out of the air? Well, according to their FAQs, they're getting data from publicly available platforms. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think that's great if they're being truthful. And they're adding more services based on user suggestions. So I can say I've spoken with Ben, who runs Instaprice. It seems like he's a very open-minded person who's open to feedback, and that's pretty important for making really good products. The other thing that's super important is what kind of freelance projects are supported. That was actually a huge factor for me when I was just trying out the demo. Was if I plug in logo, for example, what's going to come up? There's a huge pool of data that we can pull from, which you'll see here in a second. This is what Instaprice looks like when you first get to it. If you're going to use the demo first, just note that you're not going to be able to see everything here. The demo is great because you can do a lot in it to get an idea of what you're getting. Let's quickly go over just the basics of Instaprice here. So when you search for something, you just go up here to the search bar. So we get to do like branding. Okay, well, a bunch of stuff comes up, 11 results to be exact. When you're in the services tab, you can go to filters and you can filter by different roles. So this is actually pretty useful. So say, for example, branding. And then if you're a brand strategist, here is something that comes up. So design strategic creative brief. That's great. You can go ahead and maybe do like creative director. Nothing comes up. That's okay. So if nothing comes up, just go ahead and take the filter off and then you can see everything. The other thing that's really cool is you can go to projects. So projects, as you can tell here, this is basically just a project pricing. So this has all the kinds of different stuff. This is great because this is like a really good starting point. So if we were to go ahead and add this, we'd go ahead and see this added to the side here. Look at this. This is awesome. So this is like an itemized list of all the services you're providing. For our process, Instaprice fits in nicely at the proposal stage. So usually what we do is we have a 10-minute kind of discussion with a potential client, and then we figure out from that discussion, what are they looking for? Somebody's looking for a logo. Okay, great. So then what we do is we do an intensive, and the intensive really is to figure out what the client knows, what truly they need, and how in depth we need to get on that particular project. And then what I would do is I would come into Instaprice right away and input all the information that I got from our intensive to start to develop the pricing and some other aspects we're going to go over right now. So those aspects are duration, project risk, and overall pricing. So let's really dive into this. We have our itemized list here. You can go ahead and edit each different line item. This is fantastic. So you could set your own price if you wanted to. You could set how many days it would take to complete and then a description. And also you could set the role. So this is fantastic as well. This really kind of goes in depth on each line item. Listen, I'm going to build interview guides. It's actually going to take me 5 days. I take a while to do this. So as you can tell here, the duration went up a little bit. You can go into each line item and just kind of, fine tune this. Speaking of fine tune, you can also now go into fine tune here, and we can now really kind of get into the nuts and bolts of this pricing. So complexity. Let's say this is going to be a really, really complex branding project. Let's say it's It's going to require a lot of logos, for example. So like logo variations, you're doing a logo type and then you need to have a logo icon, but then you also need to do logo type if it's super colorful and black and white. So let's just say it's super complex. As you adjust and fine tune, the pricing goes up. And client size. So let's say there's startup, enterprise, or company. It's interesting to me actually that startup is less. I've found that startups are a little bit more difficult to work with. So I would think that the pricing would go up, but that's just my experience so far. So let's say, they're just a regular company. Deadline. So let's say they're like, oh my gosh, I need a logo yesterday, which is usually the case. So we do ASAP. And as you can tell here, really this is just accounting for rush charge. Project interest. So this one is really interesting to me. If I'm super excited about the project, the pricing goes down. I guess the incentive here is that if I'm excited about this, I would want to do it for less. This is the only part of Instaprice that I'm not too stoked on. I don't think my interest should dictate the price. That's just my perception. I want to usually be taking on work that I'm super excited about anyways. Usual and boring. If something's boring, I get it that you would cost a little bit more. This is the only part that I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. But it's still there so that if you do have project interest as a value metric for you, this is great. This is fantastic. So let's say usual, we're going to say experience level. Again, these, maybe I'm just getting caught up on words. Noob and amateur to me are the same. It's almost like you should have like noob, experienced, and I don't know, seasoned vet or something like that. But that's, again, these are little nitpicks. Then if you wanted to, you could just apply a fixed daily rate. So we could do 2,000, for example. Click set and it applies it to the total pricing. If you want to take it off, you can just go ahead and click unset. Now, after everything is fine-tuned and you're ready to go, you can go ahead and close the fine-tune drawer there. We're going to go over settings. So settings basically is for your name. You can set up an avatar. Notes for client. You can export out a quote and send it directly to a client. So if you wanted to use Instaprice to go ahead and just send, just pricing to a client, you could do that. You have a tax rate and currencies, but you can set up whatever currency and the country that you're in. And then of course, location, United States. They have a Discord channel. I haven't joined yet, but it's there. And I don't know exactly what color mode is. I'm assuming maybe you can set your own brand color. That's just a hunch. So we'll go ahead and click save. Okay, so we've got everything. We got our line items here. We've fine-tuned it. We've gone into the settings, make sure we're all good with the settings. So now what do? We go ahead and share it. So there's a couple different ways that you can share. Again, you could share the quote, give it to the client. You could download a CSV or download a PDF. This is great. I would probably just download either a CSV or a PDF. If I'm using something like Indie, which is what I'm using for the proposals, I would input the pricing in Indie. It's time to answer that $1 million question. Is Instaprice a game changer? 100%. No BS. Yes, I feel that this tool is incredibly valuable. I've already used it on a couple projects and it's saved me a huge amount of time and it's given me kind of like a peace of mind. Like I feel confident, like, oh, this pricing is very accurate. I've fine-tuned the pricing. I've put a lot of thought into it. I feel confident in it. I don't feel like there's been any BS attached to the pricing. I'm going to be using this on every single project and proposal moving forward. This is a no-brainer. They have a deal going on right now for a lifetime. You just pay once, and this pricing calculator is yours. I feel pretty confident that the developer is going to be around and that this tool is going to be around for a really long time. In this early stage, it's already super robust and it's helped me, a freelancer who, quite honestly, I hate doing pricing. It's helped me already. I can't imagine how valuable it's going to be once it's grown, once more data has been put in, once everything is fine-tuned. I'm really excited about this product and its future. As a freelancer, business owner, especially for me, creative, a designer, this is a game changer for me personally, and I really feel like it could be one for you too. Check out the link in the description and go use this amazing tool. I hope that this has been super helpful. Hey, this kitty wants you to like this video, subscribe, get notifications. Just do what the kitty wants. Bye.